Week 7, Day 5, Morning Nourishment. Lamentation 3:24. Jehovah is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I hope in him. Colossians 1:12. Giving thanks to the Father, who has qualified you for a share of the allotted portion of the saints in the light. Psalm 73:26. My flesh and my heart fail, but God is the rock of my heart and my portion forever. I believe that Lamentations 3:22 and 23 came to Jeremiah as he was contacting the Lord in the morning, reviewing all the afflictions of his people. While Jeremiah was reviewing these afflictions, he must have regretted the sinfulness of Israel. At this juncture, the word of Jehovah came to him, that no matter how much he had punished Israel, he had not utterly consumed them. Jeremiah and many others remained. This was God's loving kindness, realizing that he and all the others who remained with him were under God's compassions. Jeremiah praised, saying, "For his compassions do not fail." The people of Israel had failed, but God's compassions did not fail. His compassions had preserved the remnant of Israel. Referring to Jehovah's compassions, Jeremiah went on to say, "They are new every morning." This indicates that Jeremiah contacted the Lord as the compassionate one every morning. It was through his contact with the Lord that he received this word regarding his loving kindness, compassions, and faithfulness. God's compassions do not fail because he is the faithful one. The faithfulness of God refers to his word. His faithfulness is also related to his covenant, because he had made a covenant with Abraham and confirmed it with Isaac and Jacob. God had to be faithful to keep his word. Today's reading, Psalm 73, 2 through 16, is a record of the sufferings and puzzles of the God-seeking psalmist. Verse 2 indicates that the psalmist was nearly stumbled by the situation concerning the prosperity of the wicked. This pious seeker of God was suffering, but if he had told others about his situation, they would have been stumbled and would have said, "Whoever keeps the law will be prosperous." However, here is one who kept the law, yet was not at all prosperous. In verses 17 through 28, we see that the psalmist obtained the solution in the sanctuary of God. Where is God's sanctuary today? First, God's sanctuary, his habitation, is in our spirit. Second, God's sanctuary is the church. Thus, to go into the sanctuary of God, we need to turn to our spirit and then go to the meetings of the church. Once we are in the sanctuary, in the spirit, and in the church, we will have another view, a particular perception of the situation concerning the wicked. Having gone into the sanctuary of God, the psalmist could perceive that the wicked were set in slippery places, to be cast down into ruins. This caused the psalmist to say, "How they are made desolate in a moment. They are utterly consumed by terrors, like a dream. When one awakes, you, O Lord, upon arising, will despise their image." Verse 25 reveals that God's pure seeker would have God as his only possession in heaven and his unique desire on earth. God was the psalmist's unique goal. The psalmist did not care for anything except God and gaining him. In this matter, Paul was the same. In Philippians 3:8, Paul said that he counted all things as refuse in order to gain Christ. In Psalm 73:26, we have the answer to the psalmist's question concerning his suffering and the prosperity of the wicked. The one who does not care for God may gain many things and seem to prosper. However, the one who cares for God will be restricted by God and even stripped by God of many things. This is what happened to Job.